HMD Global, the company behind the recent Nokia phones, is holding an event on October 4th where it's set to announce a new smartphone. We know this because it reads that the event will be used to welcome the latest addition to the Nokia smartphone family, so there's no doubt that we'll get a new Nokia branded handset there. What remains in question though is which one. Just over 24 hours ago, the first press renders of the upcoming Nokia 7.1 Plus leaked online, confirming yet another notch display. Today, backing up yesterday's images, a new 360-degree render of the smartphone has been published, revealing every last detail about the device's design. We've seen purported screen panels of the Nokia 7.1 Plus, aka Nokia X7, twice now and both times without a notch. However, the first renders of the device show a mid-sized notch, not iPhone wide, but not teardrop either. Kicking things off with a few details that were unclear up until now, the new renders confirm that the smartphone does indeed sport a USB Type-C port towards the bottom. Moreover, positioned to its right is a bottom-firing speaker, and to the left is a microphone. Working our way up the left side of the smartphone, there appears to be a SIM card slot. And towards the top of the device, a 3.5mm headphone jack is included alongside yet another microphone. Lastly, looking at the right side of the frame, an elongated volume rocker and a power button are present. As revealed yesterday, the front portion of the smartphone is adorned by a large display complete with a chin down below and a notch up top. Thankfully, this notch does serve some functionality as it's home to an in-ear speaker and a front-facing camera. Speaking of which, this is coupled with a vertical dual sensor setup on the rear that boasts Zeiss branding. Also featured on the rear is a circular fingerprint scanner. According to the latest information, the Nokia 7.1 Plus will be the first device by HMD Global to ship with the Snapdragon 710 on the inside. This is then set to be joined by 128GB of internal storage and 6GB of RAM. Also, thanks to the Android One program, stock Android 9 Pie will be on board. Which leak is correct? These images claim to be official renders and the other two X series phones do have notches. Anyway, the screen in the image has a 19:9 aspect ratio, not accounting for the rounded corners, and the likely resolution is 1080 pixel. The size is unknown as the earlier reports of a 5.9 diagonal are now suspect. The rear is pretty interesting with a dual camera with Zeiss optics. While the Nokia 7 Plus has a Zeiss camera, the 6.1 Plus, X6, and 5.1 Plus, X5, do not, so this will be a first for the series. The fingerprint reader is positioned below the camera, despite a roomy chin on the front. Also on the back is the reassuring Android One logo, which promises a good software experience. The Nokia 7.1 Plus is expected to launch with Android 9.0 Pie out of the box. It should run on a Snapdragon 710 chipset with 6GB of RAM, though that might well be region dependent. The battery capacity is unknown, but the phone should support 18W fast charging. There's no reliable info on when the Nokia 7.1 Plus X7 will launch. Q3 is nearly over, but the holiday quarter would be a good time to launch. There's no word on pricing either. The Nokia 7.1 Plus is set to be announced at HMD Global's October 4th event. Presumably, sales will then commence shortly after.